What is up, everybody? I promised you this video about tool shaming, which really isn't like a big deal, you know. I watch some shows that do tool tests, and there are people in there that will say, you know, DeWalt sucks, Milwaukee sucks, Ryobi sucks, blah blah blah. That's fine. That's cool. That's part of, you know, it's part of the beast. Just like in sports, you're always going to root against whatever team you're not a fan of. But my channel also focuses on younger people getting into trades or whatnot, or maybe, I don't know. And there's a lot of negativity revolving around Ryobi. Now, I watch a channel, VCG Construction, and they've done tests with Ryobis, and they're pretty honest guys. I don't think it's for them. And Ryobi doesn't have to be for anybody. Rigid doesn't have to be for anybody. You buy what you want to buy, and whatever works for you. Excuse me 1 second. And I think they did a really good job with those videos too. And I even walked away impressed. I like their videos because they have a pretty, they love Milwaukee. But they're very open to other brands and stuff, and I appreciate that. Now, a lot of you know I use Ryobi, but at work, for apartment maintenance, I bought into Milwaukee. I have not most, because they have a ton of tools, but I have a lot of their 12 volts, and that works out just fine for me for the maintenance part of my job. I also do the apartment remodels. I do remodeling on the side. I have my own properties that I remodel. So for those jobs, I have my Ryobis out, and they've been out constantly for the last 5 years. Before that, they were strictly, I was working on my house. The first kit I bought was this blue kit. It came with this saw, this recip saw, a drill, and a flashlight. I got it at Home Depot for $99 with the NiCad batteries. And I think the perception with cordless, obviously cordless tools have come a long way, and they're awesome. And I know for a fact that back when NiCad batteries were the only thing, I know there's a ton of people still running DeWalt cordless lineups on the 18 volt NiCad batteries. So and Ryobi NiCad batteries sucked. They did. I bought a second one of these drills, so I would have 2 more batteries. It was another $100 for the drill and 2 batteries. My $99 kit came with 2 batteries, and they all went to junk pretty quick. But now that there's lithium ion batteries, I think it leveled out the playing field. And what I like about Ryobi is they're committed to sticking with the 18 volt batteries, and they have a big lineup. I have owned Ryobi, I've owned Rigid, I've owned DeWalt, and now Milwaukee. I have some corded Makita tools, but I know that's another great lineup. They're all great lineups. I've had a Black & Decker lineup. I know people that have had Porter cable lineups, and I think they all get the job done, whatever you're doing. So I don't mind if you say Ryobi sucks or Rigid sucks or whatever sucks, or those comments don't bother me. It's when you take it a step farther, and because of what someone uses, you think that they don't do proper work or don't get the use it. Oh, my Ryobis are home gamer tools. This one's 9 years old. I have done a lot of plumbing jobs, but the original grip up here came off, and I actually painted on the dip grip just so I'd have something to hold up on there. But I mean, this thing is, that's going on 9 years. My circular saw is going on 9 years. The drill, and they all still work, and they work well too. When I first bought this lineup, and this is the part for the younger kids, is you got to go within your budget, whatever your budget is. Me personally, if a kid came to me and asked, what tools should I buy? It depends on the trade too. But, obviously I would think right off the bat, invest in Milwaukee. That's a great lineup to get invested in. Or Makita. Me personally, the DeWalt's I had, I bought a drill, an impact, the XR compact recip saw, which I thought was awesome, and 6.5-inch circ saw, which was awesome, but I didn't really like them, and I gave them to my buddy. My Ryobis, on the other hand, though, I didn't think they'd last this long, and because of that, I actually re-upped, and I've purchased into all the new ones for my remodeling jobs. They made me a believer. They're innovative, and they have a great lineup. Like Rigid makes great tools, but I don't think their lineup's great. It kind of frustrates me that the only thing they come out with every year is a new way to resell a new impact, new drill, new circ saw, new recip saw. They throw in a few, body things that you could flip the heads on and make them different. That doesn't work for me. DeWalt has a huge lineup, and Milwaukee does. So based on your budget, you buy into what you can. Me personally, now that knowing Ryobis have lasted me this long, and they're not expensive, so your profit margins go up. They're reliable. They work. They don't quit on you. I'm sure they haven't for some people, though. Every company has, no tool company is perfect, and but that's what that's the main point I wanted to make is don't judge a man by the tools he has, judge him by the work he does. And I'm not perfect at my work either, but I'm try, and I get better at everything I do, and I like where I have progressed to. Now, the thing I dislike about DeWalt, and like I said, I'm not even a DeWalt fan. But like I said, I don't know much about the Milwaukee when they had the NiCad batteries or Makita. But I know DeWalt was huge among tradespeople. And this probably looks familiar to some of you. I actually bought this to test out at work. Right off the bat, the thing, you kind of got to push that down in. You can adjust that. That's nice. And I do like, Ryobi, you got my one, you have to push it over hold in, or else it locks itself out. This one you can just lock, unlock. But like I said, I'm not even a DeWalt fan. But it frustrates me just as a consumer of tools that not only do they go from 18 volt to 20 volt, and they came out with the flex volt to, but it's typical Black & Decker. It seems like their stuff is not as reliable as it once was for some people. Like I said, all tool companies have their flaws. None of them are perfect. If you're going to Home Depot to buy tools, you're going to buy Milwaukee, Makita, DeWalt, Ryobi, or Rigid. You're not buying Hilti, you're not buying Festool, you're not buying whatever the freaking other tools are. You're buying a tool that's bought by millions of people every day. So, anyways, let's do some demonstrations with these old Ryobis just so I could show you guys that they're not that bad. For someone getting into the trades, I think they would be perfect. I wish they would still have the blue color, but they don't. Like I said, it's nice and compact too. Definitely underpowered, but it always gets the job done. The biggest job I did with that was, and I've done it a few times, was at work. In our apartments we have, they're built in the 1950s, so they're metal lath with like 1.25" plaster on it. So you talk about, that's punishing for a recip saw. And it took me 2 4-amp hour batteries, and the guy I was working with was like, use the Rigid, the plug-in Rigid. I'm like, it's not going to be any quicker. And we did a test. He had a fresh blade. I had a blade that already made a few cuts, and it was the same speed going down the wall. So, crazy stuff, But anyways, like, I understand the competitive part of it, which is great. I love that part. It's the putting people down for the tools they use, which most people don't care. But like a lot of these younger kids getting into the trades or whatever they could afford, that's what they're running. They don't want to hear that shit, Just they don't want to hear it. So the first test I'm going to do is with the circ saw. And I'll post this video regardless of whether they perform well or not. I just want to, do a demonstration. So this is a pressure treated 4x4. Hopefully you guys, let's see if I can pull you out a little closer. One quick tip: if you're out doing, framing or something, and some people might not know this, but if you take your quick square, and I'll call it a sled, you get it right up against here. So like you make your mark. We'll just use a pen. Go out, I don't know, 3 inches. So we'll make our mark at 3. We'll score it. Go all the way across at 3. Then we'll keep our quick square up here. We'll put the side of the sled, and then we'll just slide over till 0 is on our line. So now I know the blade's lined up. You could hold this down, the speed square, with your hand, and then you just go through. you make your cut. And then since it's a 4x4, you're going to make a few cuts. I usually just go around. I know you could go the other side, but here we go, lined up. Go on through to the other side, break on through. There we go. I'll just go all the way around. Where'd I miss? Wow. So I missed that corner a little bit, you know. No big deal, but this little saw went through it, no problem. Now I'm not doing like a speed test, but you know, here's 12 volt Milwaukee, so. But I think it has about the same performance as an 18 volt. It really has impressed me. You could hear it bog down a little bit. This is brushless too. Here bogged down a little bit, but it's 12 volt, a little less volts, but still gets the job done. You know. Now comes the true test. We'll try this recip saw out. Let me throw some clamps on this wood. And we'll make it a little interesting. I don't know if it'll go through, but you know. Is the battery working? Alright, those are 2.5 inch finishing nails. And we'll put in some more. Yeah, these ones have a little bit more thickness to them. Just hammer them in there. Alright, so it's nail embedded, and I don't know, there might be let's see if these will work here. I'll just do one. Just one. Just for fun. Alright, that works there. And I'll put a deck screw in there. so that's in there. Next step is I gotta find a way to clamp that down. Oh, it should be thick enough there. Alright, let's see if it goes through. You know what? I'm just joking. I still want to test this out against the Ryobi one day. So, we shall see what it does. Go right here so we make sure we hit all the nails. Got through all of them. Yeah, they're probably still in there. Let's go back. Right here is just wood. I mean, let the tool do the work. We're down 2 bars there. But you know, you're going about through 2x4s with a recip saw. Anyways, that is my video. What is it? Chaka Gillis, you know, he says Ryobi sucks, and I think it's pretty funny the way he does it, and a lot of guys do it, and you know, because he's not putting anyone down by saying that. I just want to make people aware that you know, I sat on this for a few days just thinking about it, and decided to post a video. about it. I don't know what brought it along. I think something at work or something. But I mean, if you can do the job with whatever you have, that's all that matters. So, and also, opinions are like assholes. Everyone has one, and mine doesn't mean shit either. I just wanted to post this video because I thought it was, you know, a good discussion to have. I'd like to know what you guys use down in the comment section, what tools you love, what gets the job done for you. And I mean, you know, if you have had bad experiences with any tool brands, leave it down in the comment section because I'd like to just hear them, you know. And there's definitely reasons why people don't like certain tool brands. And it's very justifiable, you know. You have a bad experience and you move on. Me personally, mine went the other way. Like, even I bought a corded 7-inch tile saw from Ryobi when I first bought my house. Is like $170. I still have it. It's 9 years old. I've done tons and tons of kitchens and bathrooms with it, and hallways, and, you know, anything you could think of, fireplaces, and the thing just, it will not die. So I mean, that's a great profit margin for me, and it does the work. Anyways, I hope everyone has a great Saturday. I appreciate you stopping by and watching. I also have a giveaway going away, so check out that video. Comment down in the section if you want to be a part of the giveaway. It's going to be, I'm going to do a live stream next Friday or Saturday. I'll let you know. One of my other videos this week. And I'm going to take everyone's name, put it in a hat, pull it out. Whoever I pull wins. I'll contact them. If they don't respond, it just goes down the line until someone responds. U.S. and Canada is where I will ship. So, like I said, everyone have a great Sunday. I appreciate you watching. I appreciate you taking the time. I appreciate the support. And like I said, let me know down in the comments about good, bad experiences and what you guys use. Later.